If you consider the amount of information you had about the COVID-19 millionaires scandal at the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority 2 months ago, you would realize that it's now a fortnight since the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nurdin Haji, received updated Kemsa investigative files recommending for the prosecution of at least 6 state officers from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. However, no arrests have been directed by the ODPP yet, and with the communication promised to the public on the probe still being a tight-lipped affair. NTV's Seth Olale reports on the apparent silence on the scandal and how you, the taxpayer, risks losing billions of shillings.
6 Kenya Medical Supplies Authority employees implicated in the 7.8 billion shillings procurement scandal are yet to be arraigned 2 weeks after the ESCC presented to the Office of Director of Public Prosecution a revised investigative file on the Kemsa heist after rejecting the initial one due to what the DPP termed as lack of sufficient evidence, just as his 2-week disclosure promise period lapsed. The last time the DPP publicly spoke about the COVID-19 millionaire scandal was over a month ago.
And before you can go to court, you must have enough evidence to prosecute. We are not saying that there is no evidence, we are saying that the threshold has not been reached.
In total, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission probed 52 civil servants and 70 companies that allegedly benefited from the scam.
People will be prosecuted arising from what has happened at Kemsa. That is very, very, very critical.
President Uhuru Kenyatta on 26 August, during his address on the country's COVID-19 situation, gave a time-bound instruction.
The relevant agencies should expedite their ongoing investigations and conclude the same within 21 days.
It is now 72 days or 10 weeks and 2 days or 2 months and 11 days after the presidential order, but the information available to the public on the probe is almost the same as it was on the day of the pronouncement, with no significant information being shared since then. There appears to be a lull in communicating the details of the COVID-19 millionaires situation from government, with yet another presidential directive failing to be implemented.
I also hereby direct that the Ministry of Health, within the next 30 days, must come up with a transparent, open method and mechanism through which all tenders and procurement done by Kemsa.
That was on the 31st of August, and to date, 2 months and 6 days later, the Ministry of Health is yet to put out the online system, highlighting how the tendering process was done as directed. A week ago, according to the State House social media posts, the head of state was to receive a status report on the ongoing reforms at the Kenya Medical Supplies Agency. No word about this and if it had any implications on the COVID-19 millionaires mega scandal. As Kenyans await the DPP's next move on the investigative files from ESCC, the distribution of COVID-19 medical supplies worth 6.3 billion shillings are still at Kemsa's warehouse at the risk of expiry and ultimately lost to the taxpayer. This is after ESCC confiscated procurement documents, therefore stopping the agency from procuring and tendering to the counties until investigations are complete. Kemsa Board Chairman Kembi Gitura had formally pleaded with Health CS Mutahi Kagwe to allow the agency to dispose the items under investigations. This plea has not been successful as yet.
Going forward, we shall be using the platform of IFMIS and inviting them to register.
Should Kemsa go ahead and sell its current COVID-19 related stock using the current market price, taxpayers are set to lose a whopping 2.3 billion shillings, a fact confirmed by Auditor General Nancy Gadhungu when she presented a special audit report before the Joint Senate Committee investigating the COVID-19 scandal. Seth Olale, NTV, Nairobi.